Deidara. I can't be. Deidara. Deidara. That's how you pronounce it. Oh, how do I pronounce it, man? So, Deidara, admittedly, one of my favorite Akatsuki members due to his unique design and just his dialogue, I guess.
Toby! You're dead!
Art is an explosion, which is a quote Kishimoto gave to him from a famous abstract artist Taro Akamoto, which essentially inspired the technique Deidara has too. The quote was from a TV commercial from Maxwell cassette tapes. Now we all kinda know who Deidara is and what his technique involved and how he sacrificed himself and failed to kill Sasuke, right? He has different types of techniques with his bombs, C0, C1, C2, C3 and C4. The C4 technique was created to counter Sharingan and Genjutsu. This technique is actually insane. It can pretty much massacre a whole village on its own. It's kinda like a nuclear bomb, which I found quite baffling that Sasuke survived it, but I guess he did sacrifice his summoning jutsu and forced Manda to die by using his Sharingan to let himself live the attack, barely surviving. He forced the Genjutsu upon Manda. Sasuke was a savage back then.
You damn brat. How dare you do such a thing to me? Those eyes. You hypnotized me with those damned eyes of yours. Me. You did this to me. How dare you?
The large birds used by Deidara, called Karura, is the Japanese Buddhist equivalent of Gardua, which are birds of Hindu mythology who feed on serpents. This is why the fight between Deidara and Sasuke had a bit more symbolism than we thought. Deidara despised Sasuke for not appreciating his art and having Sharingan eyes, which he despised, thus completing the notion of Deidara using his C4 techniques and his last and final explosion of art against a Sharingan user associated with snakes and serpents, as his art in Deidara's point of view is immortalized with Sasuke's supposed death and taking out the Uchiha clan and the aftermath of the explosion that it leaves. Deidara knew that Sasuke and Itachi were the only Uchihas left. The Karura technique, which Deidara utilizes, is a divine creature in Japanese Hindu Buddhist mythology. In Sanskrit, it translates to Garuda, which is a race of gigantic birds. The story in the mythology itself describes Garuda as a large legendary bird, and it's the mount for Lord Vishnu, which is exactly like Deidara uses the Garuda type techniques in the anime against Sasuke, being atop of the bird, throwing bombs and doing his thing. You know, that's the way his jutsu goes. Garuda are the sworn enemy of a Naga serpent race, which is kinda implied in Naruto's universe as well for Deidara's personality and traits. For example, when Deidara joined the Akatsuki due to a bet placed with Itachi Uchiha on whose art is better and on a fight, guess what happened? Itachi beat him easily in a second because of his Sharingan, and he had to join the Akatsuki, right?
Akatsuki? Don't know and don't care, and I get lost. You're keeping me from my art appreciation time. Well, such refined lines and a form that pursues two-dimensional deforme. This is true art. But my art goes far beyond this as well.
Who knows? Who cares? I'll handle this.
Don't mock my art. That's what my ninjutsu is. It's beautiful. This is art. No. I became intimidated by someone else's abilities. That art? Never. I refuse to acknowledge it as that.
Deidara's ego was crushed from this, and he had to admit that the Sharingan was a work of art. Thus, Deidara grew to have a personality and swore an oath to loathe the Sharingan and Uchiha. So what the difference is between the Buddhist and Hindu equivalent is that Deidara hates a race and a type of art and sworn them off because they challenge his ideas and are his enemy, which is kinda like the Garuda and Naga race, in which they are sworn enemies because Garuda's mother lost a bet to Naga's mother and became a servant to Naga's race. So what I believe Kishimoto did with this concept and storyline is twist it in a way to fit Deidara's characteristics in the anime for it to make sense. I think the baseline of the idea was from this, in which Deidara would lose a bet to Itachi and join the akatsuki, which is a play on losing a bet and becoming a slave, or despising one another. You guys get what I'm trying to say here, or my point, right? To be quite honest, I like Deidara's character design and personality. It was unique in the universe, and Kishimoto did a pretty good job in making us feel that way. Deidara has unique adlibs, jutsus and personality which made him stand out, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. His death was kinda premature. Furthermore, Deidara's quote to detonate his clay is "Katsu." Which is a shout used in Zen Buddhism to stop discursive thoughts of practitioners, helping Buddhists with enlightened energy. It's a means of focusing energy which goes pretty well with his persona and character design, as his chakra focus in the bombs, much like C4 bombs in real life. I guess what he does is trigger it at a time manner for strategic purposes, or his fighting style, and focusing that energy to explode. So he says "Katsu" and the energy in that C4 clay bomb explodes. In the context of Chan and Zen practice, the word is not generally used in its literal meaning, but rather much with martial arts shouts of Kai as fundamentally a means of focusing energy. So that's why Deidara's techniques work like that. So yeah, it's quite interesting how Kishimoto creates his characters and is inspired from them. I mean, it's actually getting quite astounded myself with how much was introduced and influenced from mythology and other textures to create his own universe, which we all cherish as our own, and you know, crazy. I hope you guys learned something as always in our videos. Make sure you smash the like button and let me know who your favorite Akatsuki member was, excluding Itachi, because I know all of us will pick him above anyone else. So I'd say mine was Deidara, or Hedon, or Pain, or Conan. But that's all of them. I don't know. Make sure to follow us in social media and our second channel if you want more content from us. And thanks for watching as always, and we will see you guys next time. We will be posting more Naruto content.